Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new episode. Wait, what episode are we on? Episode 8 of the SPP, Sketchy People podcast. Today we're going to be talking about conventions, convention stories, convention experiences, conventional wisdom. I'm LemonTart. I am a graphic designer. I draw sometimes, so you can find me at Tardy Art. And I'm joined by a special guest today, Gabriel The Starman. Introduce yourself.
Who?
You there in the corner.
No. I don't want him. I'm Gabriel. No, just whatever. I'm a random internet boy. I'm a random internet boy. I mainly do like short stories and comics, and do artwork for Endless War and all that stuff. All that good junk. Yeah.
What is Endless
Is that some
War?
sort of game?
Okay, hold on. Let me just.
Why? Thank you for asking.
We should not have opened this up. We should not have opened it.
Wait, no. Hold on. I totally
illustrate them, Gabriel. Illustrate them.
Endless War is a text-based MMO RPG playable entirely within your Discord, in which you join two factions, the Rowdy Fuckers and the Cop Killers, in which you have to go around the city, getting slime, and winning the things for your kingpin, and it's really fun and funny. That's
and you can play it on your Discord
if I were in an
right
elevator,
now
you would have
for
beaten me
free.
over.
Link in the
Good job.
description.
Yeah, it's like a short paragraph.
It's a really fast elevator.
It's fun. There's some people in there. It's great. They're all my friends. Good times. Yeah. We have conventions. We have conventions. Our Rfck has conventions.
Dude, I was at one. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But also, who else is here?
No, it's just me. I'm the only one here.
Yeah, it's just
Okay, so
Gabe and
what other Gabes?
LemonTart.
What other Gabes are there today?
Never Gabe. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm never Gabe. I never Gabe. I always Gabe.
Gobsha AM. Go ahead.
Gobs.
Bah, I'm Asha.
Gosh.
Googlebomb.
Goo.
Please soundbite this.
This episode is very goofy.
Noodle.
Rfck. I don't know the memes. Hi, I'm Googlebomb. Why was I not Noodle Gabe? Come on.
Because Google is fun.
Okay, good start.
Alright, guys. Conventions. I adore conventions. I go to them almost every year, if not twice a year. I like going alone. I like going with friends. And I usually go because there's cool people coming that I want to see. Do you guys agree?
I
Wrong.
hate them. They're bad.
Is that why you wanted to be on the episode? Because you hate them?
This is all part of my elaborate scheme to destroy conventions.
Well,
Starting with
that
this
seems
podcast.
unconventional.
Make your
I'm leaving. This is no, not allowed.
Gabe, illuminate us. Tell us why conventions are the worst thing in the world.
I've only been to 3 of them, alright? The first one was something I don't even remember at Hawaii. Literally doesn't matter. It was probably just like some bog standard, like, oh yeah, you got your marketplace, you got your like panels or whatever. I never went to any of them. I just went to like the cool shops or whatever. Like that was great. There was also another one. The other one doesn't matter. Same thing. Oh, anime. Oh wow, Stan Lee's there, I guess. Oh, Marvel, whatever, comics. Ugh. And then you're like, oh, I just went there just to go see Tobuscus. Yeah,
I
whatever. go see Tobuscus, and then I have to pay
Dude,
like
remember
$40 for a photo, and I'm like, darn.
$40? I met the character of Gurren Lagann for like 10.
And then you go to the marketplace, and it's cool, and there's that one corner where they have all the hentai, and that's funny. And then, but the only one that matters, there's only one convention that matters in my entire lifespan.
I wonder what it is.
That's BronyCon.
Yeah. Hi ho.
Maybe Gibbs should be on this episode if we're going to go on about BronyCon.
Yeah, if only Gib was here.
If only.
Rest in peace. If only he was here. I wonder what he would say to me right now.
Rip my hoof off.
So
I mean-
how was BronyCon?
We already have-
BronyCon was absolutely horrendous. God, I've never I've never been in a singular space in which I was constantly on the verge of just screaming aloud. Can you guys please take showers?
Really? Was it that bad?
I've never been in such a congregated space of neckbeards of actual from the internet with the picture, the funny fedora, neckbeard, sweaty in my life. And
Whoa.
and it's
Sounds
funny
fantastic.
because it's horse show.
Yeah.
It's a horse show.
That sounds worse than any
show.
convention I've ever been to.
Having a metal breakdown here. Live on podcast.
It was horse show. I think that was the worst part, was because out of all of my friend group, I'm one of the only people who never was in that space, in that culture.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't a horse show boy. I think it was only a few years ago that I finally went hey, you know what? I'll watch horse show. I'll try it out. And then I got to season 5 or 4 or whatever, when Twilight turns into an alicorn, and I'm oh yeah, I just remembered this is horse show, and then I stopped watching forever. But it was this is fine. This is whatever. This is I don't understand why this became such a big thing or whatever. But here we are. Here we're at a horse show convention in funny Baltimore. I have the badge with me right now. It actually says Baltimore.
Really?
It
Perfect.
Amazing.
It says Baltimore. Yeah, it was a very weird experience. Very small place.
Are there children going to this convention by the way
Yeah,
still?
yeah, there were.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of families,
Amazing.
adults with their children, 7 to 13-year-old, children, people who should be in elementary school.
No.
And then I'm why are you here at horse show convention? You're not
That's
supposed
the most
to be
surprising
here.
thing
That-
that I've heard about that so far.
They shouldn't be there.
It breaks my heart to think of just the demographic of this convention and how they just don't get along.
It was
just
it was
imagine
just
all these
all of them.
greasy, smelly, in their late 20s nerds surrounded by scared little girls that want to go home.
I mean, I didn't really
breaks my
see
heart.
any children that were scared. They all looked like they were having a great time.
I guess you wouldn't notice
maybe
if you were
they
a
are
kid.
already used to it.
Yeah. But horse show, whatever. I don't care about horse show. I care about RFCK Con. That's the one thing that I cared about.
Yeah.
So RFCK Con is this thing where a bunch of people from Endless War, after a while, they'll be hey, let's meet up in an actual place and hang out, have IRL gang violence and all that stuff. Woohoo, slime, yay. And then they just get together and they have a good time. And I think this one was the biggest meeting because of the fact that this was the last horse show convention. And all of us was
There's a lot of overlap there between Horse Show and Endless War.
Yeah, they're a couple of the people were from horse show community and all that stuff, and they were hey, let's go to this place and watch it burn to the ground. And
what was the state of Slime House after you guys were done with it?
Well, I kind of let me get into
Build up to that.
Yeah, let me build up to it because it's actual pathos, the most pathos I've ever felt in my life.
It's just really fun because hold on one sec. I heard about this from Gibbs' perspective, but now I get to hear from a man on the inside, and I'm really excited.
So
Go for it.
We all meet up. There were a big group of everyone got an Airbnb. So it'd be cheaper for a lot of people to stay over. For me, I had a bunch of hotel hell where I was trying to, my reservation had gotten canceled, and I was like going to like 2 different hotels in between, like hopping between, and then like all of a sudden the hotel was just like, hey, we know you're going through hell. Here's this paper. We basically paid for your entire room for the entire weekend, and I was like on my knees begging, like, thank you.
Oh my god.
Because someone was bad at their job. Anyways, whatever. It was fine. 3 room, yay. And so for the other people who were like in this Airbnb, we called it Slime House. And Slime House was where we would go after the convention, and we would just play video games, and we would just like hang out in the house and just talk to each other. And it was like probably like one of my favorite memories in my entire life, of just like sitting in a living room talking to all of my friends, having like all of these people,
yeah. But
like all of these people that like I've known for almost a year, and like probably like the worst time in my life, and like all of these people are like almost borderline my family, and it's just like it's great. It's like great to finally be here. And like one of my friends, Cab, I had planned to like do funny Let's Plays with him. We were gonna play Amazing Spider-Man 2 or whatever. And like when he was like, hey Gabe, you want me to like go set up the recording? I was like, you know what? No, I want to like still sit here in the living room with all of my friends and just keep talking instead of creating content and all that stuff.
Yeah,
like that's like
literally SketchyCon experience.
Yeah, at a couple of moments, like people were like, hey, let's just record a podcast, and I'm just like, hey, why don't we just like keep talking and have a good time? And like we like very rarely was there ever like manufactured content of us having a good time. Like there's like a couple of videos out there of like people like talking on for hours and hours and hours of weird like late night thoughts that like are like so one of my friends, Levy, he had like drinking a bang, and the bang had hit him hours later, and he just like would not sleep at all.
Oh no, Levy.
And so he recorded a bunch of videos of like him having like late night endless word thoughts, and it's like really funny. But like other than that, or like maybe like a couple of streams, all of us were just like having a good time there. And that's like the whole thing of like you finally going to meet your friends and all this stuff and all the people that you share like a common thing with. I don't share anything about Horse Show. I think Horse Show is like mediocre and fine, but we all had like the same thing of like, hey, Horse Show is like somehow connected to all of the things that have led up to this moment. So let's just stand here hand in hand, all around, singing Bahu Hore or Bahu Billy song, and just watch it all burn to the ground.
I completely relate to that.
And then leaving it, and then leaving it, because I had to go to the airport on the last day, and I would still see like pictures of like some people still at the convention and all that stuff, and it was just like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna see them again.
Yeah.
Dang. That's.
Oh man.
Imagine
Gabe.
going to conventions to see friends.
And then I was just like bummed. I was just sitting at my gate, watching funny YouTube videos. I think I was just watching a Minecraft Let's Play. And then I saw 2 of my friends, were also at the airport at the same time as me. Connor and Steve were there at the airport. We just hung out for a bit, and then they had to go on to their flights. And then I just kind of waited until late evening, funny delay after funny delay, and then I get home, and then it's just like, yeah. And I didn't even have like one of those moments where it's like, yeah, dude, I'm like gonna get home, it's gonna like sink in, and then I'm gonna cry or whatever, and it's gonna be sad and all that stuff. But I just like got home and I was just like, yeah.
So
yeah. I definitely had one of those moments on the bus. I was feeling really sad. Well, we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah. So conventions are good because people get together and they do funny things because they have a common interest and hobby or whatever, and all that stuff.
Conventions are good.
That's my thesis. They are bad. Conventions are terrible. Lines are horrible. Things are too expensive. I do not want to pay almost $10 for apple juice. Why do I have to pay $10 for apple juice?
You know, there's this possibility that I'm doing at every convention. I just pack my own food. I have like a bottle and I put water in. I don't have to buy.
We're not in the Sahara
pretty-
Desert.
pretty neat.
NeverPaint. We're not trying to survive. This is a convention.
Have you ever? I've got this new diet, right? It's called breathing, and that's what you do for like the next 3 days.
Dude.
Is just breathe. little
At
low on
conventions, I
funds,
usually
just don't
take
eat.
my
Just
packed lunch,
breathe.
yeah. But they always have some goodies and some candies and some stuff that I want to eat there, so I'll get something.
Oh, I don't go to these things.
To conventions?
No, to the food bars on conventions.
But how are you gonna get your taiyaki otherwise?
How are you gonna get your
I'm not a
your ungettable pocky?
fucking weed?
How are you gonna get your very expensive personal pan pizza?
You know what? I get my pocky at the local Asian store way cheaper.
But still
than
overpriced.
Any convention. Still overpriced,
you
of
get
course.
your authentic pocky. Oh, excuse
But
me.
normal overpriced, not convention
Normal
overpriced.
Dude, very similar to what you were talking about, Gabe. I don't know if you knew this was happening, but recently, NeverPaint, Graph, Alex, and I got all together at NeverPaint's university dorm, and we had a little bit of a convention of our own. And we just met there for like a week.
Except without of a convention part.
It
That was
wasn't
just
really a
a meetup.
convention. We just met up.
It's a convention. It's a convention. Once you sell something to another person, it's a convention. Like that's what it is. Oh my god! Like, okay, so, we had an auction at Slimehouse, and okay, so someone had like this body pillow of like, there's this guy named.
Oh
T-Pap.
yeah, the slime girl body pillow.
Oh no. That
No?
was okay. So there's this guy we know, T-Pap, and his OC is a pony, right? And he made a body pillow of himself. And
Oh really? I haven't seen that.
They were holding an auction, and like there was like a legitimate auction, and like fucking Levy Jevy was just like $100, $200. Just like keep going on because he wanted that body pillow so badly. He was like, dude, I just supported an artist for a month. I don't care.
That's really funny.
Oh man. Yeah, expensive food, like at least like more than 5 people. A gathering of conventions, Q&A. That's just a bunch of people hanging out. Like whatever. In some back alley, like.
What? Sorry?
Oh, what? Huh? What? I didn't say anything about drugs. What?
Okay.
You know what? You're talking about conventions with like big lines and like that are like overstuffed with people, overcrowded, and I just never experienced that because I'm not from America land and we don't have that big conventions here, or at least not ones
Don't you
that
have
I go
Galacon?
to.
What? What do you wait?
I don't know, man. Even the smaller conventions here are packed.
Give me your address right now. I'm literally gonna look up like 3 conventions right now near your area. Give me your address. And also while you're at it, can you give me like the 3 funny digits on your credit card, like on the back? Like, can you do that for me real
The
quick?
really funny ones.
Yeah, the really funny ones. That, like, when you look at it, you go,
Gabe, I don't even own a credit card.
Yeah, this
oh,
Because I
this
don't
was a
need it.
recurring issue when we were at NeverPaint's
no.
house.
oh no.
How is that an issue?
It was just
How
funny.
non-American of you.
Why would I need that?
How non-American of you.
So many reasons. We had this conversation. But yeah, I got to see my friends, and it was really nice, and we bonded so much, and we got like so much better chemistry, and we got way closer, and I'm definitely gonna see them again because they're
Also
not even
physically.
that far away.
Untrue. But yeah. Noodle, you're on convention, boy. You sell stuff at
I
conventions.
sure
Nice.
do. I have a weird... Gabe, you sound like you had some sort of good time at conventions. My experience is different. I went to conventions way late. I'm an old man now. And
Oh yeah, I can hear your
He's like 25.
old frazzled voice
can you
whispering
hear
in my ear.
Can you hear the bags in my eyes just bringing me down right now?
Yeah.
There's I went to conventions before I get into like selling at conventions. I went to conventions like by myself. Same dude. Asha's old too. what was that? And I went and met strangers and stuff, and it was really weird, but fun, but weird. And I would just like hang out with randos at their hotel rooms, and
Wait. Oh wow, cool.
it was cool, but I was still very shy, so I was like, but I was also like just wanting to go to a convention really bad. I was like, I really want to do something other than live. Everyone's dropping "I'm old" emojis right now. Sorry, you can't see it, audience. We're all just lamenting our age, but.
With everyone, you mean just Zeka.
But I just like your sad face.
Me
Gabriel,
brimming with the fountain of youth.
Yeah, showing off your shiny little youthful body. How dare! But
Shiny little youthful body. Whoa there, Noodlebomb. Whoa.
okay, sorry, shiny, giant, enormous body. My bad.
Goodness.
You're
Get your own fountain of youth. This one's mine.
This one's mine. Sips cola. Yeah.
Sips cola.
So you just went like across the country
No,
alone
I just went across
to live with
Texas.
strangers in your hotel room?
Because there's plenty in
well,
Texas.
That's bigger than
It's kind of
Germany.
interesting how a lot of people get hotels in the U.S. because most of the conventions I've been to were like here in Madrid, and most of the people I meet in the convention just live somewhere nearby and like take a train or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Because
cheaper.
our countries are small.
Yeah, but still, you'd expect big cities to have people from the big city going to the convention and then going back to their home.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, I always hear about
if
people
you
getting
look at
hotels
just Texas
everywhere.
alone, it's bigger than the entire United States if you really think about it. So I mean, like, you know,
If you really look at it,
If you
if you really look into like the
really
geography
stare.
and like topography of like, you know, train lines and all that stuff, like you really get like a bigger picture, almost as big as the entire size of Texas.
yeah.
Dude,
But anyway,
I
conventions
love
are weird.
Homestuck.
Are these Homestuck? You children. Anyway, conventions are always have been weird. I always really wanted to go to them, but I don't know. I was too late in the game. But now I go as a seller, and I'll tell you, being a seller is really freaking cool. Because when you have
No, I thought it would be a
booth and
horrible
stuff,
experience from what I
It's
hear.
great, dude. You ever get a money, dude? When you get money, dude.
Oh, that's
Dude,
actually
yes.
a good point. Never mind.
I've been there
good
before.
point.
I get you.
But also, the thing about conventions, the few that I've been to, the hardest thing is like not having a hub at the convention center. But when you're a seller, you sure do have a hub, and
But
you
they
can like
usually
hang out
give
with
free
your friends.
hubs. There's people with giving free hubs all around.
Lemon.
Die.
I love it.
Okay, continue, please.
The thing about having like a table is you get to invite your friends and we all get to be drunk, but it's okay because like
Yeah.
somebody's not that drunk, so they get to take control of and be the good marketing boy.
Just the fact that you have a chair at the convention, that's
It's pretty
cool.
awesome.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's a chair?
Like,
I like
At a convention, honestly,
Is
like
that
actually,
is that
like actually.
a floor? I mean,
It's a musician I like.
does it still have
It's
all
like-
of like the
it's-
breadcrumbs and like weird ice cream melt like stains on it?
And like
Or,
Yeah.
and sleeping cosplayers.
it's basically the ground just a few inches
What?
higher. And just a small,
I
a
need to-
small piece of ground that's heightened.
small
I'm
piece of
sitting
glass.
on the carpet right
And
now
you-
with my
you-
laptop. I can't fathom this.
It's crazy. It's new technology. Elon Musk, thank you.
Elon Musk. Thank you for conventions, Elon. Another innovation.
Thank you for
No, for
floors.
chairs.
Thank you for creating the ground, Elon.
No, I think
Can we
Aristotle
get to the part
created
where we
floors.
of the
But,
podcast where we talk about how much we love Elon Musk?
Is this a thing that you guys do?
Yeah, every time, Gabe. What's your
No,
favorite
that's-
thing that Elon Musk? has made?
Wait. Gabe doesn't listen to the podcast. Confirmed.
No, I haven't.
But he wants to. Oh, but he was like
God.
begging to be on it.
yeah. That's what I do. I beg and I give nothing in return.
Hype. He's not even
I
recording at this
expect
very
at
moment.
least-
He's not.
No,
he's
I'm
just
not
in
even
the call.
recording.
Somebody
even
record the
recording.
call.
I'm playing Minesweeper right now.
Very cool.
Abort! We have to go back. No.
Noodlebomb, you were saying?
Talk about your selling.
I don't remember what I was saying. I got distracted.
So being a hub shop
Perfect.
is
Being-
a good experience.
It is good, but you know what's okay? So the first time I did it was weird because my friends brought their laptops, and my friends are heathens and play League of Legends. So
Oh no!
they played
no.
League
Oh, I'm
of
so
Legends
sorry.
in the back. No, it's really thank you. Honestly, it's awful. But
they just gathered around your table and all played video games while you were trying to sell stuff?
Yeah, some of them did. My first time actually was kind of a nightmare because I didn't have too much, and it was brutal and scary because like there was literally this old person, these two old people, these beautiful hippie people who had like etched mirrors and like an entire layout where you could go into their booth and check out their cool mirrors in different lighting settings. And then there was me selling buttons and some posters, and I was like, "Hey, what's up? I got stuff." So literally. One of the things...
Wait, aren't most people just selling posters and
Yeah,
buttons?
but like, I didn't have... A lot of people have like 2-story tall, like, walls.
2 stories?
But, yeah. Like, I feel like it's 2 stories. That's how I describe it. There's probably like a footage that I could refer to, but I'm really dumb, so...
I know what you're talking about. Like, they have like the big walls of like stuff.
Yeah, the wall of pony stuff that you went and bought stuff from.
Oh,
right?
yeah. The weird giant walls of Pony Dakimakuras. I totally remember that. Yeah, I totally remember. Yeah.
Sick.
God,
I can't get the image of Pinkie Pie with a weird bean in her hoof. So weird.
Oh yeah, the weird, the like soft hoofs that they draw them with.
Yeah, I don't. Why do people do that? It's like not correct.
It's like go look at a real horse before you draw a pony. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Go look at real life.
But
I don't want realistic pony porn. That sounds scary.
We didn't say anything about porn. NeverPaint. You're the one who brought that up.
I don't. What? Anyway, so when I was at BronyCon, I saw Slugbox. He was real cool porn guy on Twitter. It's super cool.
Oh, Slugbox?
Yeah, he was there.
Actually, yes, I love Slugbox.
He was there. So
that's right. Someone told me.
So when. Okay, it's like, it was really funny because they were like, hey, no porn, guys. Lauren Faust is here. This is a big deal. The all the voice actors are like here. The Lauren Faust, no porn. And then you just walk into the marketplace and you see all these like, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Like, BronyCon was like really classy when it came to the look stuff.
Really?
Because it was just like classy stuff, you know? Because I'm really into the classy stuff, right? There was like no obscene things going on. It was just classy dockies, classy posters.
Were they?
I'm not going to go into detail. They were weird. I think
Okay.
Spike sucked a toe once. That was probably like as much as I've seen.
Nice.
They were exclusively playing electro swing remixes of the songs.
Yeah. And then there's Sludge in his fucking. In his corner, selling a bunch of dockies and a bunch of prints. I got a Midnight keychain, and then the first when I first saw my friends and I was giving them all hugs, my friend Cab was like, "Here, Gabe, I have a gift for you," and he gave me a Shuten Duji pillow sheet from Sludge, and it was like, oh no,
that's true friendship, honestly.
I was like, oh no, no one can know that I have this.
Friendship really is magic.
That's what Gabe said when he got it.
That is what I said.
Friendship, just eyes wide open, looking into the sky.
Friendship really is magic.
But real quick, the thing I was gonna say, my booth was poopy the first time, really weird. So what I did was, and take this idea, anybody who's doing a convention, I did $1, 1 minute sticky note caricatures, and people loved them.
Those are great. Yeah.
And what you do is when they come up to you, you say, "Hey, doing $1 sticky note commission or caricatures. Help me make my art degree worth it." I never went to school. That's a lie. It's really funny though. So that's like it was my first con experience was really weird, like as a seller, but it was pretty cool, and I totally advise it to any artists out there.
Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Dude, SketchyCon. Next SketchyCon.
Maybe next
March. SketchyCon. You guys get together. There's 4 people who can do the draws, and that's enough people.
We just find the next convention somewhere in Europe that accidentally happens at the same date.
Well, we could probably plan we could probably plan SketchyCon around the convention.
Impossible, Lemon.
I mean,
Impossible.
RFCK cons are just leeches of other cons. So just snatch onto one and just hang on tight.
Well, except the London one. That one was just kind of like 4th of July. There we go.
I'm I'm probably going. I'm definitely going to the Leipzig Book Fair next year, and I'm probably gonna have a booth to sell my art stuff. Like I applied for it, and in a few days there's like like a random chance generator thing, and we'll see the 130 people who get into the artist alley, and it would be very cool. And I would sell buttons and prints.
Yeah.
And I'm probably thinking of some other things I can sell, like
keychains,
QR codes to this podcast.
Sell the QR codes.
Sell QR codes
on a keychain.
Sell them as scratch off cards, like they're booster packs, and only some of them actually have the QR code that they need.
They're all the same card.
Actually,
just
actually, my roommate had the idea that I should sell like clocks, like a print like a print out picture thing of like a round clock that you can put on your wall.
Your friend can make clocks?
And no, you can just buy.
Wait, you can make clocks?
Like
Hold on, let him finish. I'm interested.
Guys, you can go on Amazon and buy like for $10 you can buy just a clockwork, and you can put like a what's the thing called that the clock is on, where the numbers are on?
You can replace the dial.
A clock
dial.
A clock?
Dial. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can design that, and I did that before for like my little cousin. I made like a.
Don't sing it that. That sounds awful.
Gonna kill you.
If you sing it like that.
Oh, okay.
I made like a dragon
I know what you're talking
clock.
about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now with my eyeballs.
And that was a neat idea, and I would like to do that.
Never clock.
Yeah. Also, I'm scared.
You gotta change the game. Instead of selling buttons and posters and funny talkies of weird ponies that are anatomically incorrect,
I'm not going to a pony convention.
We'll see about that.
Mean you,
that's my fault.
Next year, 2020.
Veronica's over.
Get it, guys? There was like a bunch of booths where they were like, yeah, there's like other horse show conventions happening across the world, and I'm like, oh no. I have like that Home Alone face, and I'm like, ah!
That Hitchcock zoom in.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little about my history with conventions, because I've been going to them for I think longer than any of you guys have. They've always been like a staple of my life.
Whoa! When was your first convention?
I've talked about this before, but I went to this comic drawing class at one point when I was about 11 or 12, and I met a bunch of weebs there. So I went to my first convention when I was around 12, and my parents took me, and it was really fun, but also kind of embarrassing. And I bought a tiny little Naruto figure.
Yes.
But ever since then, I kind of like went to a convention once a year, more or less. Here in Madrid, there's 3/4, depending on the event, happening every year. Some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger, but they're all fun. But yeah, I started off just going there to buy anime figures because, when you're a kid that can't buy stuff online and you're really excited about toys, that's all you want to do. So I would like spend all my time running around the shop area and getting merch. Then I got into cosplay for a while, and I did a few props and a few costumes.
Oh, snap.
I did Marshall Lee, the male Marceline, and I made the Axe base. And it was really, really cool. And then I also did Dave Strider from Homestuck, and I made a giant fucking Khaled scratch with the turntable in the center, and it was the coolest thing I've ever made.
Oh, Lemon. Lemon.
Then I would go in there and I would wear my shades as my 15-year-old Dave Strider.
You fed into the problem of Dave's... There's apparently a meme where it's like every convention has to have at least one Dave Strider.
That was me.
You were that?
That was me at every convention.
Oh, God. Like every
Whoa.
convention has to have either. There was even Rfck had like kept making. I forgot what the pony is. It's like the music one with the DJ.
Vinyl
like,
scratch.
yeah, that one. Yeah. Every time we saw like something related to that, he would always go, "Hey, look, it's Dave Charter."
Yeah, it is.
God, stop. I want to leave.
But yeah, after that, I basically got more and more into anime, and I discovered the Digibro and different anime YouTubers that introduced me to looking at the industry people and the people behind the shows, all of the individual artists, and I started looking at the guests of these conventions. So now I mostly go to the conventions to meet cool creators and attend their panels. And then I go to the artist alley and I make friends. I walk around, I buy a couple prints from the people that I want to support, and I just, smile and wave and make good friends. And that's kind of my evolution with conventions.
Imagine talking to anybody on a convention.
Imagine
Honestly.
talking.
Imagine a convention.
What are we doing, guys? Oh.
I disconnected, but I just wanted to say one more thing. Next week, in a couple weeks, I'm actually going to a convention, and the character designer for the Monogatari series and the Grisaya no Kajitsu games is going to be there, and Range Murata is going to be there. He's also a really cool environment designer, and I'm going to get to meet both of them and see them draw live. And then I'm going to go to the artist alley and I'm going to give out our business cards to the cool people around there.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of those things are, but yay!
Imagine having
Real
Japanese
people,
guests at
moon
the
runes.
conventions.
Moon runes. I
Well,
will speak Japanese
well,
with
at
them. It'll be great.
At some German convention, we actually had Reki Kawahara at some point last year.
Really?
That was like that was like the biggest guy that ever came to Germany.
Oh, and
I think.
apparently this City Pop band is playing because City Pop became such a meme that they have them at conventions now. So there's this band called 1989 that's gonna play, and it's gonna be cool, funky beats, and I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna dance just like those Yakuza guys. I'm gonna dance around.
Whoa.
Please recreate this GIF. But with
I will.
twice.
Exactly. I will record myself twice.
Guys, nobody knows what GIF you are
And they
talking
never
about.
They
will.
will when he makes
And
it.
they never will. But yeah,
Never.
overall conventions really fun for different reasons. I kind of prefer going alone just because I like doing my own thing.
Oh
But
yes.
yeah, meeting people is fun.
Going conventions with friends is nice, but you have to find them again in the masses.
No, you don't.
And
I just ditched them until the end of the day.
I mean you can yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's
it's pretty
what's
easy to
just
find
end
them.
up happening.
They're the ones that don't look like neckbeards.
I don't know, man. I have a
Well.
couple friends that
Oh yeah, you're right. Good point.
I wanna talk about that weird beast that is the Leipzig Book Fair, which is my big convention that I've been to, I think 6 or 7 times now, and it's a book fair. It's not an anime convention, but it's a Leipzig Book Fair / Manga Comic Con, because in the last few years, the manga convention has grown like a tumor in
like a tumor.
What, I don't wait. Hold on. Why
inside
tumor?
inside the book fair. At the first convention, when I was 13 or something or 14, I went there and there's a hall up about fantasy and children's books and science fiction, and in the corner of that hall there was this little section with all these weird, colorful cosplay people, and I didn't know what an anime was back then.
Oh boy!
And it looked just kind of looked scary, and I didn't go there. And I stick to my Tolkien stuff, and yeah, that was nice. But in the next year, they've grown so much that we got an own hall at the convention, and now they are like a third of the entire visitor count of the convention, just the anime fans, because it got so popular. And it's really funny because it's this convention draws like a big audience of like many different types of people, like many children, many old people, many foreigners, many very very cultured people, and
Are you trying to
weebs.
say that anime is uncultured schlock?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's really
Good.
and it's really funny because like these like old and noble people with their pocket watches and fine glasses and coats, they sometimes come into the wrong hall and they
The
see
dakimakuras lining
They
the
see
walls.
what happens there.
Do they-
And when you're in the anime hall and you just see sometimes like two like a couple of old people scared and they don't know what's happening. It's perfect.
They leave the halls with the ahega jackets.
Yeah.
Another
Um,
staple.
yeah,
Another staple.
the funny
Another
jacket.
staple
in the first-
into your temple if you wear one of those.
I think someone had a pony version when I was at BronyCon, which was like the only thing that made me go, oh hey, look, variety. Neat.
in the first years of this anime part become popular and me getting into anime, I still went with my parents, but they didn't know I liked
Well,
the
they didn't
anime,
know
so
you were hiding it from them?
Yeah.
Whoa, why?
Well, because I was weird and awkward, and I was like, no, my parents won't like this. It's like animated, and it's like violent, and nah.
Dude, my dad downloaded all
Now
of
it's
Soul
different.
Eater for me when I was like 12.
Well, I'm watching anime with my dad too now, so.
I just remember my mom
Yeah,
being
I-
like, "Can I watch Digimon with you?" And then we would watch Digimon together. I guess my parents have always been pretty cool about anime.
Dude, Digimon is about fighting.
But
That's
it has
that's
sick
evil.
guitar riffs, and that was enough.
I guess. Yeah, so it was always like this weird little awkward thing for me, just going to a convention and buying something and hiding it in my bag somewhere, like my Sword Art Online figurine or something. I would buy
Dude,
there.
I bought a Kirito as well. I bought a Kirito
oh
as
never.
well.
Oh never.
I
Oh dear.
I bought a leaf. It was like a random chance box. I'm sorry, Seika.
I bought like a 40 euro Kirito Figma.
Oh god, that's even worse. Mine was only 10.
Well, I
Why-
really liked.
Why
Sword
am I
Art
on the same
Online.
show with you people? I shouldn't be here.
Look, man, when
Well,
you're
got that
when you're
Yuri last time.
14 and you're reading the Sword Art Online light novels, that's all you care about in life.
Wait, you had the...
I was reading
Sword Art
Charles
Online
Dickens when I was
I just read
14.
them
I
on
don't
my
know what you're
phone.
talking
Wait,
about.
you were 14 when Sword Art Online was out?
Well, I mean,
Whoa.
how long ago did it come out?
Yeah. Wait, Sword Art Online came out in 2012.
I was an adult by
Oh.
then.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
reading
So
Charles
you know
Dickens.
you
by
were.
then.
How
What?
old are you?
What year did it come out?
How old are you?
If it came out in 2012.
2012.
Yeah, I'm an adult by then.
Huh.
Wait, weren't you be like
Yeah,
17?
turning 18.
That's not a...
Is that an? Oh,
Yeah.
I guess that's an
Asha,
adult.
oh, wait, Asha, aren't you like 2?
I guess.
No!
Oh.
She just
Hey.
sounds like it.
I
Sorry.
mean, she sounds
Hey,
like 6.
Child.
I'm joking.
Don't
Anyway.
bully.
No,
I was reading the novels and I really liked them, and I bought a Kirito, and it was great. I didn't even I never
Perfect.
even finished the
I think-
anime. I watched 5 episodes of the anime, but then I read almost
Oh.
all of the light novels that were out at that point.
I binge watched both seasons when they. that was good. Good times. Yeah, but now the convention is way nicer because there's like I can read now, and I can read like the book that says what happens at the convention. I can make a plan to see different cool people.
Making a plan is
Sometimes.
important.
Oh yes. The thing is, like I said, we don't really have a lot of Japanese guests, and if we have, it's some Shonen Jump newcomer mangaka, and that's cool sometimes. But Yeah. I guess we had, for some reason on the manga convention, we had Christopher Paolini last year, the Aragon guy, of this year, because he made a new book about Aragon.
I haven't heard
For
that
some
name in
reason.
years.
Old familiar. Yeah, that was fun. I don't care about these books anymore. But yeah, but this year, this spring, I met a guy, and it was the guy called John Howe, and that was really cool.
Who was he?
John Howe, if you don't know him, he's one of the most famous Tolkien illustrators.
Right, you told me about this. Yeah.
And he is also general production designer for the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies, and one of the most influential shapers of like how everything looks in these movies, all the designs of the cities, all the weapons and costumes. Yeah, and he's really cool. And I think it was just that he had he illustrated some book for some American horror fantasy author, and that was published by a German publisher, or it was a German publisher, and so they had like a little thing there, and he was a guest, and that was nice, and he drew me a little dragon, as he does.
Oh, he drew you a little dragon.
And yeah, there wasn't even a crowd, like, it was only like 10 people who knew about it, because it was like, title of this book, was like the event called title of this book, and meet and greet, and like in the subtitles of this template event thing was like, you can meet John Howe here, and I saw that because I can use the search function. I know that stuff.
Yeah.
And I got him all for myself.
My favorite guest that I met at a convention was Atsushi Nishigori, who is the character designer for Gurren Lagann and the director for Darling in the Franxx. And he gave like a little chat about his design process, and then he did a live drawing of like this cute little OC he made for Spain called Matador-chan. And I'm gonna post it right now, and it's just a really funny, cool little thing.
Aww.
He just drew like a matador.
What a happy boy.
Spanish Chan.
Yeah.
He looks.
I like the person on the left more than the right.
Levin, you posted it in the wrong
fine.
folder,
I
by the
posted
way.
it there too.
Okay, good.
But yeah, that was my favorite person I got to meet. I got to shake his hand. I got to say I'm a really big fan of Gurren Lagann. And I like Darling in the Franxx. Yeah. I spoke with him briefly in Japanese, and he was like, "Oh, Nihongo dekimasu ka?" And I was like, "Yeah, I sure do." And then he signed this really cool art print of the characters from Gurren Lagann and Darling in the Franxx. And he signed like his name, and then he put 2 James in katakana, and it was great. I was just really, really happy that day.
I always feel weird about it, because I also got signs, or like book signs of my favorite authors and stuff, and they always ask me like, "What's your name?" And then they write like to NeverPaint, and I'm weirded out because they are giving it to me right now. I know that it's for me. I don't need that to me. I would prefer if they just wrote down the name.
How am I going to resell this on eBay?
It's proof of the fact that it's a unique item to you.
I don't care about that.
Do.
It just feels it
makes
feels
me
awkward.
feel
I
special.
don't know. It's just. I know they don't care about me. They don't have to write that.
Shut up! I bet he remembers me to this very day.
Who?
Atsushi Nishigori.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Big sushi man.
Big sushi.
big
Racist.
Big racist.
Yeah. Any other convention stories you guys
Dude,
want to-
cosplays are pretty neat.
Cosplays.
Oh
Cosplays
yeah,
are
I
great.
love cosplay.
Oh, God.
Which of the main 6 did you guys cosplay as?
You know what? I'm actually kind of, because I just realized this. I remember Kazi said that she was going to do a cosplay of Applejack as my favorite, but she never did, and now I'm sad. Because I now just remember that she never did it.
Which one would you do?
Which one?
Applejack.
Oh yeah, probably Applejack. She's my favorite. There were like actually like weirdly enough like really good ones at BronyCon. Oh, there was this one that won the contest, and it was like. It was like this dude who had like this mask on that was like all spooky and had like this like robe and veil that had like a bunch of like lights in it, and they looked spooky as heck. And I was like, I want that. Can I buy that, please? Can I keep that? But it looked really really cool. There was a Doom guy, like there was an ODST guy. Well, the Doom guy had like a little like, pony horn and little ears, and it was funny.
Wait. ODST was Pony, right?
No, actually, I think it was just literally just a straight up ODST guy.
It was just ODST.
He was just there, like,
Bring it back.
oh, hey man, hi, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Dude, I love you. And then I saw him at the airport again, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Wait, did he go to the? Was he still dressed up?
Oh, he had his helmet with him, but it was neat.
Oh, so do they allow that in the airport?
Well, I mean, it was. I guess it was just like he couldn't like. He was just trying to keep it with them or whatever.
He probably looked like a protector, not a attacker.
Yeah. They saw him like he was fully equipped with all of his armor on, and then when he got to the TSA, he was like, "Hey, let him go through. He served our country.
Yeah, he's with
us. He's one of us."
He's a hero.
and then he nods his head and he starts walking down, and then Country Roads starts playing in the background.
And then a hunter throws him across the map.
Cosplays are really, really good. I like it when people make costumes and they're happy.
My favorite costume that I've seen at the book fair was just literally a gigantic ballroom dress made out of book pages, like old withered yellow book pages, and like.
That sounds incredible.
Dresses
are
are
so
the best.
cool.
I love dresses. I feel like you can get more creative
I don't
with
have
it.
a single picture.
When it's like,
but she's there every year.
When it's like not just like you're replicating like the like okay, all right, you look like Kirito anime boy from show, like that's pretty cool, right? But like if you like start like utilizing
Kirito
like different traits of a character into like some outfit, like that's why I like when people do dresses. Because when they do dresses, it's like, oh yeah, you're like incorporating like parts of their costume into like something new, and it looks really cool. Something
that I like every year is also like when like a group of 4 people go together as like the Hogwarts founders, and they make up these giant elaborate Victorian costumes of the 4 Hogwarts founders, because there's no real reference for that. They never showed them anywhere. In any
more
official
creativity.
Medium, so we have to get creative.
I like it when they do that with my favorite video games. There was a really cool one of those with all of the people from Persona 5, and they would pose together, and it was pretty great.
And then there was a lady who like there was this lady who like was walking around. It was so jank to look, because I was like, oh god, this is probably like the worst to walk around in.
She was
but
just
like
clipping through the floor.
Yeah. But no, actually, she was like she was dressed up as like this lady who's like a chef, a really really cute chef, and then I guess she like messed up on a BLJ and just like clipped into the table, because like her dress was this table. Like the bottom half of like her gown was like a literal table, and there was like a bunch of candy and like sweets and pastries and stuff, and like she was handing out like actual like treats to like kids when during the convention.
That doesn't seem appropriate, but cool.
No, it was cool. It was wholesome. No, not any way evil at all. It was great.
I don't know, man. Don't take candy from strangers. That's number one rule.
But it was so nice.
What?
What?
If they give it to you, you have to take it.
You are not coming to one of my summer camps, NeverPaint. You're too dangerous.
Okay.
A kid's gonna give you candy and you're gonna die.
It's very likely. You don't know where that's been.
Poisoned candy. Surely you just.
Oh goodness, there was a. I remember like the second convention that I went to. There was like these 2 guys, and there was like this guy who was like in really like elaborate like King Arthur outfit with like chainmail, like the shirt, and like this big backpack, and he had like the guy with him. And then I realized that the other guy had coconuts, and they were both being the guys from Monty Python's Holy Grail, like King Arthur and like the dude who was serving him, and it was so on point with like everything. Like he even added like extra stuff too. And the best part was they were both like 70 years old.
Oh my god! Yes,
that's fantastic. That's actually
they were both like these old guys at like this random
original
anime
Monty
convention.
Python guys?
Oh, I thought this was a BronyCon.
Oh no! It was just
making
this
the
anime
noise.
convention, but they were going around with like the guy with coconuts going.
Monty Python is my favorite anime.
It was great. I got a picture of them and it was really cool. And then I saw like a Nier. I saw like a bunch of other people. This is nice. You get like a nice like little community stuff. Like I got like a backpack that has Chibi-Tarasu, Amaterasu's son from Okamiden.
Yeah.
I have like a little plushy backpack. And then I also got like the star Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts 3. That's like it's differently colored because like the game hadn't come out yet and people were just like making that.
Wait, is it the guiding star one? The one that's like part of Union Cross?
I don't know. It's just like the star one from Kingdom Hearts 3, and it like turns into like guns, and then it turns into big gun.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I had that. I was like walking around the convention, being all cool with my swag. I did a little spin at some point. And then I saw another guy with a Keyblade, and then we both like just looked at each other. No, we both looked at each other and we were like, "Hey!" And then we both like ran at each other and we started like clanging our Keyblades together, and it was really fun. We didn't fight, but it was just like really fun. Like just us like clanging it together, and we were like, "Yeah!" Like we know these things. We know reference.
That reminds me of me finding another Dave Strider cosplayer, and he had like the sword he gets later on. The one that looks just like a normal European sword, and we just started like clashing swords. My high tech future spanning Khaled Scratch versus his Welsh sword of legend Khaled Foich, or however you pronounce it. It's great.
I can't remember if it was me or one of my friends, but I remember we were talking about like, oh yeah, like the reason why like Dave Strider is like at literally every convention is just because he's time hopping all the time, and that's like a funny thing that I think in my brain. Oh god, Homestuck cosplays. Cosplays are funny.
Most cosplay.
Yeah.
Most cosplay is ugly and horrible.
Yeah, but even the ugly ones are cool because they're doing it.
No, I just don't like most cosplayers. It's really funny because
I'm in a White Knight cosplay
when I'm at the conventions with my parents, especially with my mother, she despises cosplayers.
What? My mom loves them.
Despises? Wow.
Yeah, and I'm the one constantly like defending them and saying, "Oh no, I like how they put this off. It looks like a character and it's nice." And she's, I mean, my mom does like dresses and stuff, and she always like snickers about how badly all the cosplays are made.
Oh wow!
No!
Obviously.
I want your mom to teach me.
So
she thinks she's top tier. All right, I see how it is.
My mom is the opposite. She like
that's the
sees
thing.
one bad cosplay and she's like, "Oh my god, look at all that effort they put in. They're so cool."
and then she hands him a participation button. And then
yeah,
puts
she
it
just
on them.
carries like a whole like shopping cart of trophies for the cosplayers.
It has the MS Paint star that says "You did it."
Well, at least my mom does like makes the cosplays for my sister.
You tried it.
I remember my father. So there was one time when I was younger that we went to a convention. And my parents came, and there's this one picture somewhere. I need to find it of my father standing awkwardly and taking a picture with this very tall woman dressed as Aang from The Last Airbender. Because he was like, "I know that character." And it was the best thing ever.
That's not
like,
the character
oh my gosh.
I expected.
Yeah, me either. Because my mother comes up to me, she's like, look at the picture we got. Yeah, that's the only experience I think.
Perfect.
That's the only experience I think my parents have with conventions. It's I gotta find.
Mine
that
haven't
picture.
even been
I'm sure
to
they have
one
it somewhere.
since like that first one I was talking about, or a couple after that one. But my mom always looks at them on TV because the local news, the Spanish national news covers the conventions for some reason, and they always have like a little segment showing the cosplayers after the conventions happen. And my mom's always like, "Oh, did you have fun? Look at the news. Look, they're showing the cosplayers. I wish I had gone with you." And every year I'm like, "Mom, you can come with me, if you want." And then she never does.
Oh.
Dang.
Goodness. I'm deleting conventions. I'm
guess
deleting them. They're kind of cringe.
I won't let you. I will fight you,
Hold on.
Gabriel. I will fight you to the death. Draw
Slash
your weapon.
game
Draw
mode
your
1.
keyblade.
Wait, that's not the right one. Wait, slash game mode 0.
Game mode 0.
Wait,
Yeah,
I don't
there we
remember
go.
which one it is. Deleting. Delete convention. Okay, done. All right, no one's allowed to have fun anymore.
Gabe,
Chocolate
did anyone has anyone ever run into? You said you ran into a lot of neckbeards. Did you go to the melee area of the convention, which is always there?
Oh God. Oh, you just reminded me. Oh. All right, story
I was gonna
time.
ask,
Story time.
Oh, someone just.
So,
deleted. Well, no, really quick, Gabe. Have you run into like an enormous cloud of like armpit,
What?
like just armpits?
in my
I mean,
dreams, but that was in a different
yeah.
context.
Okay, maybe it's not an issue. Maybe that's not an issue to you. Never mind. It's an issue to me. That's the one thing I would delete from conventions is people like mandatory hand out Old Spice to everybody. That's still an issue, and I
But
hate
Noodlebomb, just think that you will be more desirable by comparison, and
because I'm a
Oh
human.
yeah,
being.
yeah. I remember, like literally at the convention, all my friends were joking about we're like the most normal people here as compared to everyone else. We're totally gonna
That's
get
how I
paid,
feel in
guys.
the
Clink,
Huddle.
kinda,
and we clink our
No.
glasses of apple juice that
In
cost
the
$10.
I feel completely different. I'm surrounded by all the freaks, and their freakiness
The freakiness.
comes back to me, and I
you
get
crawl on
even
all
freakier.
fours and start like just biting people's ankles and.
Well, you say that as a joke.
What?
What? This is a weird image. I just got.
Oh, I can see it. I can see it in my head.
Picture didn't
I
happen.
slept next to this creature.
Okay, all right. Let me get to a funny arcade, because this is like arcade at the convention, and then so the first person I met was a guy named Ethan Straub, who was the first guy I met there, and we had a great time. He was practicing for they were gonna have a Puyo Tetris tournament.
Yes,
and,
I love
and
Puyo.
he was practicing. And I'm just like looking around, like, yeah, they got all the consoles and all this stuff. Someone's playing like Mario Galaxy and Guitar Hero. There's like an entire like band setup, and they're all playing funny brony songs. Someone was playing Discord on Beat Saber.
Yeah.
And that was something that totally existed. And then they were like, okay, all right, they're starting like the practice rounds for the tournament. Let's go sit over there. I saw like more of my friends, and we were having a great time sitting there. And then like we're sitting there having a good time. And then like 2 chairs away from me, I see her. It's Christine. I had no
Christine.
words. I had no words to describe my encounter with her. I didn't even I've always ran simulations in my brain of like, oh yeah, what am I gonna do? What would I say to them? Like, what would I do? And then like I just
Gabriel
didn't.
means Chris Chan, creator of Sonichu, by the way.
Yeah, I just couldn't like think of anything to say to her or do anything. I just like watched in awe. And
Just
I was
say,
just, like,
hey, I love your comics. And
it just felt like so surreal of like, oh my god, I'm at this place in which like there's a person that like has like clout or notoriety, or like many people know their name or whatever. Like it was very like surreal and bizarre. God, it was so weird. We saw her like doing practice rounds, and I think like she won like one match. I had missed out on it on most of it because I had to go take care of like hotel stuff at the time. But like it was really weird. It was pretty weird. And that was like how I felt for like the first few minutes when I was like meeting all of my friends for the first time. Like I met Gib and Munchie and Ben and Kazzy and Steve and everyone else, and it was a great time. But I was like so terrified of like finally being there, and like, you know, I don't know, it was weird. It was like internet weird. I had like internet weird fear.
I've had that internet weird fear before. Every time I meet like an internet friend for the first time in real life, I'm always like extremely afraid. I don't know why. I'm usually not the socially awkward, but I feel like just this swell of awkwardness rises up, and I feel really strange for about an hour, and then it's fine. It's usually fine.
Well,
like,
it's
even,
more
even
like
when meeting people like Gib for the first time, I was really scared, but then I was okay.
Well, it's more like because like I don't have a problem with like doing funny talk for a very long time, or like, you know, social stuff. That's like fine. It's easy for me.
Me neither. Yeah.
But it was just more like I wanted to make like a good first impression, even though I knew these people for more than a year.
Yeah, that's exactly
weird.
what it is.
And that's
exactly
like the weird like brains are funny. Brains are funny. I love
brains. Are so funny.
But
not as funny as those 3 numbers on the back of your credit card.
Oh, and you can use those 3 numbers on your back of the
below.
credit card for our sponsor, Loot Crate. Loot Crate, please give us money.
No,
we're bankrupt.
You don't get to decide our sponsors, Gabriel.
Does Loot Crate still?
I think they filed for
bankrupt.
bankruptcy.
Not heard of them for a while.
They went bankrupt. They stopped.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like a couple months ago.
Good riddance. Oh, wait, is their website still on? It is.
Buy
I
it.
remember reading an article
sad.
about it.
That's sad. Oh well.
Is
Asha,
it though?
you were going to say something?
I said buy it.
Oh.
Buy the website.
Buy it
Yeah.
by the website?
Yeah,
Become the
actually,
new
great
crate.
idea.
The new Loot Crate.
But become the new unsuccessful business that Loot
Just-
Crate was.
just-
Invest in my new
let's
crate
become
coin.
new crate.
Loot Crate. Patent pending. Please give me money. I'm poor. I mean, I'm fine. I'll eat well, but you know, I would like money. You know, all those documagras need to go to somebody.
I mean,
it might as
I'll
well
pay
be
you to
me.
draw.
True. So, do we have any more convention stories left, or do we want to go to the next part of this thing we're doing?
Hey, there's another part.
Asha, you went to...
Yeah.
Asha, you've been to conventions, right?
I've been to one, which is Fan Expo. I went like twice. And it's like one of those really big cons where it's just like over like general nerdy stuff. So movies, comics and stuff. And it's so hard to find stuff I like because I'm mostly deep hardcore in anime and weird cartoons. And it's just like a miracle when I find something I like. Like, I found a keychain for Aikatsu. And I was so happy.
Ooh.
It was a miracle.
Yay.
Nice.
It's almost like you could have ordered that
No,
online,
I couldn't.
But
I've never seen that online.
Okay. That's
the
cool.
part of seeing the stuff in a convention is that you might not know that you want this, and you might not know how to like
True.
look for it in the first place. But once you see it there, and
Makes
you're
sense.
like, "Oh, I want a souvenir for today. I'm gonna get this cute little Hanekawa keychain." And now I have a cute little Hanekawa keychain that I would have never ordered otherwise. It's just like going to a shop to buy comics
Hachiguchi
because
setting on my
you
desk.
find books that you've never even heard about before. You know?
That actually makes a lot of sense. But also going to conventions always has that weird pressure that I need to buy something because I already paid so much to be here, and now I have to make it worth it.
I already paid like thousands of dollars.
'Cause
I
that's-
might as well give thousands of dollars more.
Yep.
True. Only like
Pays
hundreds.
$15 for ticket.
Pays
Takes free
$10 for
train to-
apple juice.
That
That apple juice tasted like fine wine.
Cheap.
God.
Why did you pay 10
I need
euros for
something.
apple juice? What's the context for that? Like, how could you?
I don't think it was actually $10. I think it was just like
That seems ludicrous.
I don't remember. I think I might be just exaggerating, but it was like, it's again a ludicrous price. But it is funny.
So, Asha, do you want to talk a little more about what you did at those conventions? Besides buying a keychain?
I walked around with my sister looking for Sailor Moon merch because she's really into Sailor Moon.
Kino.
Understandable.
Good taste.
Somewhere.
Yeah, and that's all. Oh, I found a Flashlight shirt once,
Really?
and I bought it.
Perfect. I mean, Sailor Moon is one of the more popular things in Germany on conventions.
Yeah, it's popular everywhere. You're guaranteed to find merch anywhere.
Yeah, you'll find a Sailor Moon.
Sometimes I look around conventions and I'm really sad. Oh man, I wish I was like a Sailor Moon or Vocaloid fan. I would have so much stuff to
I'm
look
glad
at
I'm not a
here.
Vocaloid fan.
Oh no, Vocaloids are fun.
But there's
They're
so much
cool.
there's
I
so
would
much
kill-
Hatsune
I
Miku merch,
know.
and I wanna
I love Miku.
and I wanna
I
like
know.
it.
I just like. I
wanna-
just can't seem to like penetrate. Like I'm like, all right. I guess some of their songs are fine. Oh, they do beep boop. Oh, there's like more than one beep boop. Okay. All right. There's a beep boop with yellow hair. There's a beep boop with like purple hair.
There's a
Oh,
beep
neat.
boop with yellow hair.
I don't care about the
play
deep
one of their
lore
rhythm
of beep
games.
boop.
Once you play one of their rhythm games, you're in forever, and you just love Miku unconditionally.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Toho. I'm fine. I got Toho, so I'm good.
I would totally get all the Miku figurines and like a backpack and like a hat that has a hair or something, but I'm just not a fan.
I would
I
so.
think I just like
Kill.
Miku because she's turquoise. I think that's all.
Oh, yeah.
I think I just hate
Yeah,
Miku because
Asha,
she's
you were
not
saying.
real. Unlike every single 180 characters in Toho that you can play right now on your cellular device, aka your computer. Go buy Toho today.
Sponsorship.
No.
Actually,
Don't do it,
I've
man.
always wanted to try them out because I do like bullet hells, but
They're great. You will faint your first couple times. Don't worry about it. That's only natural. Toho cosplays are great.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad the three constants. There were three constants in all the places that I've been to. Funny Dave Strider. One suit that I do like. Actually, you know what? There's always like at least one guy with like the homemade stuff where it's like they're dressed as a robot, but they have like a bunch of like Pepsi boxes and canned goods and stuff like that. Like the cheap cardboard cosplays that are like really funny. And then also Toho. I always see Toho.
it is insanely popular. But also seems kind of impenetrable in the same way that Vocaloid might be.
Oh, it's not. Just play the game. Whatever. The lady is poor and she's
There's
like
so
it's Doom Guy.
many of them.
It's basically just Doom Guy. That's the entire story.
Oh.
I can get into
Yeah,
that,
that's great.
but I won't. I can't get into anything.
Noodlebomb, what are some things you can't get into?
Conventions. They suck. No,
Conventions, they won't let me in.
You got Yaoi
I shake-
paddle
I
on
shake
you,
and I throw a
they
fit.
just won't let you in.
Oh my god,
But,
Yaoi
but
paddles.
Asha, how,
Does anyone
how
know
am I
about
gonna
Yaoi
how am I gonna
paddles?
get Yaoi paddled without my Yaoi paddle? It's
I've heard the stories. I've heard
Impressive.
so many stories. I've never like seen them with my own eyes, but like I
I
want
lived
to.
it. I saw them. I remember.
Wait,
I
what?
remember.
What are you
Do you have
talking
the
about?
mark? Do you have Yaoi
Guys,
backward
Never
and
Paint
backward?
doesn't know
Well,
what
you're
it
just
is,
gonna have to
guys.
find out.
talking
Noodlebomb.
Explain it.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Never. All right. Listen, Never. Listen. All right. So there once was this paddle. It was a paddle, just like a normal like paddle, whatever, that had the word yaoi on it. And I don't know why people did this. They did this in real life. They would take the paddle, and then against like maybe like some cosplayer that like they really liked because they had like oh cool, someone's cosplaying Hatsune Miku. That's really cool. They would take the paddle, and then they would spank them.
Yeah.
A lot of the times without them
Yeah,
knowing.
yeah. A lot of the time, without even
Almost all of
knowing.
the time.
Yeah, and it's like all like people would do this relentlessly for so long, and like it got to the point where it got to the point where where like people would like get like burn marks like all over their body,
Oh my
like
God,
against
you
their legs and like
wrote a
against their like their
blog
chest and like their back. And like I think they like finally like said that like you couldn't bring them to conventions anymore after like one guy like broke his leg, like got his leg broken because someone was like swinging it with like the side part. And it's yeah you can look into it, like there's like a bunch of like stories of, like people like, and this was like way before this was way before like the whole like the cosplays and consent thing, because like people were just like kind of and like security was pretty lax at the time, so it was
so hold on,
I'm not even
Asha,
sure
it
if
was
you
so
can
bad.
Asha, you
you
have
can
a
bring
blog
such
post
a thing into a convention here.
you have a blog post about yaoi paddles. What fine intricacies do you know about
All I
this?
know is that
How did
someone made it
I
as a
assumed they
joke.
weren't real.
They made it as a joke for their friend who sells like yaoi at conventions, and then that friend commercialized it, and then it turned into this. It devolved into degeneracy of yaoi fangirls smacking butts,
Yeah,
usually
and
without
and it was
consent.
just like no one was safe. No one was safe.
and they all got banned.
Okay, I need.
Grandma,
I
you're gonna
need
you're gonna
to-
love this convention.
I think that
Oh, okay,
Sorry,
let me go get my
Grandma.
Hatsune Miku wig.
I think that
Grandma, no!
doesn't exist on German anime conventions yet. I have to introduce.
I think
this.
it was only
You're gonna be
the
the one-
West.
you're gonna be the one
It
to
was
say
I don't- I
beyond
don't
our
think I've heard any.
generation. All of us.
I remember seeing a couple of them, like when I was
Must have been
younger.
illegal, man.
Yeah, I think like now
They
at this
smuggled
point,
it
like,
in their pants, in their trap
a bunch
pants.
of conventions have their rules where it's like no weapons and no paddles.
They're
no
rules.
weapons
I
and no
swear to God, if I
paddles.
see a paddle, I'm gonna
specifically.
This sword's okay because it's not that wide.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
You're right. Noodlebomb, you're right. They do let you bring a sword.
They do. I mean, yeah. You have to sheath it though. You have to put a funny yellow tag on it or orange tag.
It's a very funny
That's
tag.
horrible.
Is a solemn vow to not kill others with your might.
I'm so
Asha,
excited.
I did not
to
know.
the convention.
I'm learning about
refuse.
this anime blog of yours, Asha. What the hey? There's like so much
Yeah,
stuff.
you do a
Not
blog.
that
No, I
much
want to do a
stuff.
blog.
What other things?
No, I want
there
to type
not? I'm not-
words.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a WordPress.
Hoja Majo Doremi. That's
I'm
my
gonna get a-
daughter.
I'm gonna get a
read this
Weebly.
one.
A Weebly.
Now it's in the show notes, in the show notes, and you can all see it, dear listeners and viewers.
Yeah.
We didn't expose.
Yeah. Well, I said everything I had to say about conventions. Did you guys say everything you had to say?
So there I was, standing face to face with a BronyCon orgy. No, sadly, I really listen. It was a journey. It was a journey, like scouring forums and like wiki posts and like links to dead Discord servers, and I'm just like, I just want to know if it exists. Like, I can't. It was like, okay, all right, so. Like, every time, there's, like, this myth of, like, yeah, there's, like, in some disclosed hotel location, there's just a bunch of people having sex, and I'm like, alright, cool. Let me, like, find out how they organize all that stuff. Because that sounds hilarious. Because
I mean,
Well,
it probably
depends if it's like a
happens
friend group
at
that
the
have-
gala.
there was,
You
like,
go to the gala and then you find the
No.
group, and then you join the group.
well, I mean, from what I heard about the gala, it was basically, like, you know how prom, right? You go to prom, you dance, you eat a sundae or something, and, like, you listen to music.
There's
You
an
just
orgy.
say-
and all that stuff. Apparently the gala was like a full-on like stage production show, and like it was just like a bunch of
Oh,
people
that sounds
like.
wonderful.
Well, no, it was, from what I heard, it was horrible. And like everyone was just like, you know, standing around like all nicely dressed, and then like it ended, and then like music like started playing, and like everyone was like, oh, okay, I guess like now is like when we dance. But no, that was just an intermission.
Oh.
Oh. Was there any
I
dancing to be
don't,
had?
I don't think there was. I skipped out on it because I wanted to hang out with my friends at Slime
You
House.
skipped out, but it sounds so fun to like leave a convention looking like a nerd and surrounded by nerds, and then you show up to the gala in your finest threads and looking your sharpest, and all of the nerds around you have dressed up as well, and you're all united.
There was actually like a straight like I brought clothes for the gala, but I saved down on it because I wanted to hang out with my friends at Slimehouse. But there was like a super strict dress code of like you have to have dress shoes, dress pants, and like a collared shirt. And like women, like men and women, if you're like gonna go in dresses, you have to go in this type of thing. And then if you were gonna go into cosplay, you had to like wear a specific like thing with it. So like there probably was some guy in a fursuit wearing a suit, which is really funny. And I dream about it to this day. And like, yeah, it was just like a weird stage version. But no, this is unimportant. I want to go back to the BronyCon orgy, okay? This is important, alright? So there was this Tumblr post, this super long Tumblr post, elaborating like all the fine details and what it was supposed to be. Like, everyone's gonna have like a little tattoo on their arm of like each pony.
Tattoo? a real tattoo?
No, it was like one of those like stamp tattoos or whatever. Tattoo. And it would be like each of the main six, and like you would have like what it would be. It would be like what like your preferences are or whatever, and it would be like associated with each of them. And then like there was like an entire like this was a weird like cult organization thing that was going on. And like after like looking through like so many articles, so many posts, so many forum threads, and like about 20 dead server links to like random Discord servers, I finally found out that like the guy, like I guess every single time it was like by the same guy, and every single time it was just like 4chan tries to ruin us again, and I'm like, no. The hacker 4chan
I'd
hacked
rather
into the
just go
BronyCon
to the gala.
Dang.
God. I wish
I
wish it was real. I don't even care. I just wish it was real.
Wait, it wasn't real then?
I guess not. Like I never hear about like it actually becoming a thing. It's just like a meme.
Huh.
I mean, it's just it definitely happened, even if it's not real.
Well, I'm sure people have gone back to the hotel room after a hot night at the bar. You know what I mean? But like, there's never like this giant organization of rules and regulations with like different strict codes.
Event of sorts. You'll get there one day.
Yeah,
Gabriel,
next BronyCon.
You'll get there.
Next BronyCon.
Oh, I do have one more story if I can share it.
Sure.
Okay, so do you guys know about a show called Analysis Anarchy? I've
heard about it once or twice.
Yeah. It's funny. There's hours of content of this.
I think Gib told me about.
I'm a very big fan of the series. I've watched like 2 whole episodes. And it was basically just all these people from the pony analysis community did like basically like their own version of Red versus Blue with like Team Fortress 2. Like that was like the thing. Like, yeah, but like the way that it worked was that they were also like still like the YouTube analysis people and not like playing as characters, and it was like weird in like what they were doing or what was going on. And Dr. Wolf was really tiny, and I don't know why Dr. Wolf was really tiny. Yeah, and it's like this very mediocre like animation and voice acting and directing and writing, all this like terrible garbage. And we were like, hey guys, look, there's a TF2 panel at BronyCon. Let's go there. And it's like one of the first ones, and almost all of us showed up. And we were like, oh, wow, I can't believe it. They're like gonna premiere one of the newest episodes. And then they're like, hey guys, don't record anything, don't take pictures, we want this to be a surprise. I think Gib literally recorded like half of it.
People are still really excited about Analysis Anarchy, it seems.
Well,
people still really feel passionate about it.
This is the part that it made me realize, wow, I'm in a room full of like me and everyone else, we're in a room full of like, these aren't people.
No, come on.
They aren't people.
Gabe,
no.
Be nice.
Listen.
Don't be Hitler.
Let me elaborate. All right. So the episode
No.
starts. The episode starts, and everyone goes woo, woo. Everyone's having a great time, and we're just sitting here like, all right, cool. Let's see the mediocre content we're having. All right. Like almost all of the jokes are like stolen or just like random references to like other media and properties. Like they literally just straight up like rip off like a bunch of jokes from actual Red versus Blue. They rip off a bunch of jokes from Portal 2. They did the friggin' Lemonade speech word
What?
for word
Why?
for like the 2/3 of that entire speech. And like everyone was just going, yeah, dude, I remember that thing. I know what Portal is. Woo! Oh, that's so funny. And not like, because like that was like a well-written piece and it was like in Portal 2, which is like a good game and has good writing. And like
Who would do that in 2019? That's so weird.
Lemon,
remembers
you literally just said
Portal 2?
why I said these aren't people. It's 2019.
But no, I refuse to dehumanize
well,
these
I'm
monsters.
not I'm not going
Wait,
that far.
shit.
That's like literally the
Brony-
only way I can word
Brony
it.
or
Like, Lemon,
not?
listen. These people are like shouting and yaying and all this stuff about like stuff from like the two like literally like from early 2000s, and like they're just laughing and having a great time and like having like woo woo woo, and all of us are just sitting here like having like the worst time ever. AJ Shoop, who was sitting right next to me, was having a mental breakdown. He started curling up in a ball and then like laid down in one of his seats, and then I was like, AJ, are you okay? And he's like, I can't be the only one here, right? Who like realizes that like how stupid this is right now. And then like I'm also looking at all of my friends right next to me, and they're like losing their mind over like all of these people are enjoying this like horrible like this is horrible content. This is horrible content. This is horrible garbage content made by a team. This is the worst part. This is the part that infuriates me the most about Analysis Anarchy. It is made by an entire team. In the credits, there are people listed as sound engineers. The only noises that I heard were like the stock photo, like the stock sounds of like boing, like Looney Tunes, like sounds like that. And we're just sitting here. We're like, there's like probably like more than like 20 people working on this, and this is garbage. And then like I'm looking at my friends, and they're all like just like jaws dropped, just staring at like what is happening. And then I'm also looking behind me, and also everyone else is there too, and they're all like reacting the same way, just like what? And
I'm just imagining
we
AJ
felt like
Shoop curled up in a ball, and it's so funny.
I have a picture. I do have a picture. But like just like it felt so because like the whole thing with conventions and all that stuff is like all like the weird people going together being weird about their weird stuff because it's fun. And here we are, the normal people that like weird stuff going into like the weirdest corner.
Comparatively normal people.
Yeah, comparatively normal people going to like it felt like such a time capsule of like being in that room. It felt like I was in like early 2000s, and I was just sitting there like. At some point or another, this was like a lot more people, and now this is just like everyone has not moved on at all. They're all still stuck there.
That is an interesting
like
thought.
they won't leave. This is horrible. Why are people cheering? There was a person behind me who reacted and was going like, that was awkward, and I'm like, what? This is garbage. And
well, the show is over now, right?
Yeah.
The content has to run out.
Yeah, like at some point, these people have to like
fandom can't go
move on, right? But they haven't. Why?
Well, I guess we still have like.
It's been like more than 10 years. Like.
Yeah, but the show isn't over yet. Like. Many people still like
It's
the
so
game.
Dave, you still
That's a
see
reason.
Dave Strider at every convention.
Yeah, like I still see it, like the time capsule of itself. Dave Strider is still roaming around the world, roaming around the parts of the world, seeing
Yeah.
all these things, and he's like, "Oh God, these people are still stuck. They're home stuck." And that's my thesis. Thank you very much.
Good job. Woo! Thanks for coming on, Gabe.
God, it was. Yeah, it was a bizarre experience of like being like being now the weirdos in the Hall of Weirdos. Everyone else was normal except us. Because because the majority of everyone in that room was just like, instead of us who were just like, cute a picture of AJ Shoop curling up in a ball and laying over. I think I just had a picture of like his face. His face was something. It was something. Yeah. It was horrible. I had a great time. It was great. It was great watching all of it finally end.
I'm really glad you got to do that. I wish I can go to one of those at some point.
Man, I hope I can actually go to a good convention this time.
That's the last one.
I don't know when my travels are going to take me to the US, but maybe at some point. Maybe I'll be working there next summer.
God. I'm so really.
Guys, let's do our one sketch with us.
Yes, I was about to say.
What's going on?
Let's wrap it up.
It here. It's a hashtag sketch with us. Every week you can send us stuff that you sketched or drawn, and we're gonna talk about it if it's cool.
Or even if it's not that cool, we'll still praise the parts that are cool about it.
Wait. Is this a legit draw review?
Yeah,
cool. I can't wait
to
to scream at people. Let me see all the things.
We only have one entry, and please don't be mean. We are a wholesome podcast.
Are we?
Oh, Dan, classic Dan, and making art, achieving his dreams. Doesn't he know that life is futile, and I'm gonna frazzle my hair like Tobey Maguire?
The lens flare on this is actually really sick. It's a really nice sense of depth.
The caption is just a smiling sun.
Yeah.
What was the theme for last time? I was gone.
It was go all out on digital or physical.
Actually, that wasn't that.
Wait,
no,
what?
that was not so. That no, that was not submitted.
Oh wait, no.
To that topic. That was earlier.
You're right. Sorry.
We don't have any submissions for that thing because the last episode came out late.
Nice.
Well, we'll probably have them next week.
Okay.
Probably.
Warm colors.
Dan, you're not allowed to be better than me as an artist, so stop that, please. This is really good.
I like to have like a more unusual perspective on the face. Like it's not even profile. It's like a little from the back, and she's looking over her shoulder, I think. And that's cool.
You gotta love that one just tinge of blue in the focal point of the image, like near the top right third, perfectly placed, the blue eye right there, and it's also a similar tone of blue than the little blue dot in the lens flare. It's just some perfect color placement right there, my dude.
You know what that
really
is?
Good job.
You know what that is? That's the golden ratio. Zoom in on that. Enhance.
Yeah,
Zoom in. The golden ratio.
It's the
there
golden ratio.
Confirmed.
Yep. It literally is. Good job, man. This is a great little piece.
Things that I like. I like the white little squiggly birds in the background, and I like that weird little lighthouse that no one can even see, but you put it in there anyways.
Oh yeah,
the house from Up.
It's a lighthouse. What?
It's true. There's a little light. There's a very small lighthouse.
Feeling
image.
Yeah.
Makes me feel fluffy and wistful when I see the sunset, and the pink backlight is really nice as well. I really enjoy how bright the light from the sun is, but how you have the shades going on from the backlit face. Really nice execution on that. You can see it on
Quest,
her hair
I hope you finish your quest. I'm sure no one's made that joke before.
Your quest to better yourself with every single step of the way.
Of the quest, and bring us to greater adventures and even cooler art.
Oh, I'm actually looking at all this stuff. Ooh.
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 Yeah, you can do too, listener, because the link to the street is in the video description, probably.
Hi, hello. Most likely. Yeah, I'm here. Hi, I cut out for a sec.
Sick.
No, you didn't.
You didn't cut out. Okay. You're right there. What do you mean? You're silly.
What do you mean? Anyway, that's our entry for this week for Sketch With Us.
That's our entry for this week. We only have one.
Draw more, guys.
But
We love looking at it.
We have us.
Yeah, we have us.
Gabe, you brought some drawings.
You sure did.
Did I? I guess I did. Oh dear.
Yeah, you did.
They sigh. I guess I have to show art. Ugh, gross. Who even does that?
I mean, you don't.
Why can't people just, like, I don't know, write books or something? Do I just
that's
post
also
it?
art,
Do I
but
just
it's
post
not
it right there?
easy. Yeah, just post it in the show
okay,
notes.
alright. One right over there. Delicious. Not 8 megabytes. Delicious. There's one right there. There's one right there. Stellar commentary by me. And then there's one right there.
Sweet.
Now,
what's
explain your
the first
crimes.
one?
Huh? What?
Explain the crimes. What are these things?
The crimes.
the crimes. Yeah, okay. The first one was I had to do a. So I'm in college. Yahoo, pursuing my dreams. Wahoo. I used to be an electrical engineer. Boohoo. That was the worst thing ever. And I'm doing graphic design. I want to make comics and short stories and all that stuff, and entertain people and teach people and all that stuff. And in my drawing class, the teacher was like, "Hey, for the first assignment, literally make whatever you want." And then I was like, "Wait, literally anything?" And it's like, "Yeah, we'll do digital. Because you're doing digital, we're gonna put it up on the projector and put it up on the wall." And then I was like, "Wait a minute, all these people are gonna do like traditional stuff. Yeah, what? Oh yeah, cool watercolor painting. Stephanie. Yeah, whatever. And then they're gonna.
Your power level is so much higher than all of these first-year mortals.
No, there was like really cool paintings, but I did the digital as a power move because I wanted it to be projected on the wall and it would be bigger than everyone else's. And so all I did was
Nice.
I found sketches of a bunch of just like weird doodles that one of my old girlfriends did, and then I just like put color into them and all that stuff. And it was basically just like
Cool.
like weird dream cosmic deities coming out of someone's ear while people are talking and all that stuff. And it's like that's like kind of like a thing that I like. I like cosmic horror. Like some of my friends have said, like some of the stuff that I write and draw is like comfy cosmic horror stuff. Where it's like instead of because I don't seem to have like a talent for like making like the spooky like gross brown like horror terror thing, and I have a very like cutesy style, but I like utilizing the idea of like, you know, existentialism and dread and all that stuff, and then just making it into like very like simple means and stuff like that. Like instead of you know big spooky thing ruin someone's life, it's like, hey, big spooky thing has tea with some person and they talk about like why do they need to be spooky or whatever.
It's like gummy candy Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Candy Cthulhu. I'm stealing that. Thanks, Asha.
Candy Cthulhu. That's a good name. That's
Candy Cthulhu.
Nice
Candy Cthulhu.
alliteration.
I'm gonna keep that actually.
Specifically gummy because it looks so. They look all so squishy. I just want to go grab them.
Yeah, your whole style is nice and squishy.
Squish
Yeah,
over
so that's
each
the
other.
one. That's just that one. I just wanted to have fun with it. I haven't done anything like that in like a really long time.
And what did they say?
I was like literally the second best out of all of them because I was very expressive and like at least because not a lot of people were talking about like their stuff. They're just like, oh yeah, I just like drew this or whatever. And then like I was like more talking about like, oh yeah, themes and stuff and all this stuff and techniques and colors and symbolism, blah 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 blah, because I can't stop talking. And then the other person and Stephanie with her watercolor painting of some cathedral. Like, yeah, whatever, Stephanie. Her name's not Stephanie, but she's cool.
Fuck you,
I'm so
Stephanie.
glad you didn't really dox her. That's so funny.
Stephanie, I know where
I
you live.
feel
I'll
you,
get
man.
you. I'll get
I
you
feel
one
you.
day. And then the next one was it's related to Endless War. It's
N7.
Yeah, it's N7. A character that I accidentally made in one of my comics that's still unfinished, and I probably never will finish. In Endless War, there's a company called Slime Corp, who used to be Nickelodeon, and they basically like own everything. Like they're basically like
that detail.
Yeah, they basically like own everything, and they're like the big dystopian tech company that like owns everything and all that stuff. And Slime Corp has a board of directives. A board of executives. And they're numbered by 1 through 13 because Nate brought up the idea that like
organization.
Yeah, it's organization 13.
Like Hearts.
Of course.
And Lucy, her name was Lucy, and then she was just like one of the random characters that I drew up for like one panel, and then like everyone loved her, and I was like, okay, I guess let's draw her more. Yeah. And then I drew her more, and then
I'm
like she's now my
favorite. About that.
She's now my favorite character. She's great. I just wanted to do like a really like grimy, like I was having fun with like doing like weird grime and blood and stuff, and so I was like her like waiting in a subway in the city. I put a link to the server in like the bottom right, the .gg.
Oh, I'm enjoying all the graphics.
And then like
graffiti.
So someone was talking about how like every time you do a command like either thrash or harvest or dab. Like the command gets like imprinted on the wall, and that was like a neat idea. So like I thought like, oh yeah,
that's such a cool idea.
Yeah, like
oh my god,
every time you do like slime check, there's like the mark gets like imprinted onto the wall or like the floor that you're on.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't think it ever picked up. I think it's only in like a couple of things, but I like that idea.
I really enjoy how in this drawing there's just, because of you wanting to make it more grimy, there's a little more details. And I like your character pinups, but the more detailed environment you put her in makes this drawing pop so much, and I really enjoy it.
No, I'm not usually very a detailed oriented person.
I know, but that's what I mean. Do it more because it looks cool.
Yeah, and that was just like a fun thing I wanted to do because I was just like, I just wanted to do a thing, just challenge myself for a bit. And I like it.
I really like your swooshy ghost bird girl.
Oh, the last one. So the last one is do any of you guys know of Shadok?
Sorry, what?
What?
Do any of you guys know about Shadok?
Shadok.
Okay, hold on. Let me actually put this in the show notes. So Shadok is an animator. He's also a Homestuck boy, and he just like does like a bunch of animations and stuff like that. And me and my friend Acro, we were like, hey, let's slime fill Shadok into Endless War, and we slime filled Shadok into Endless War. And he's been like, and his character is a slime girl that's made out of wax. He's like one of my favorite characters to draw because he's like so swooshy and goofy and all that stuff.
How have I never seen this channel? There's an arm retrieval animated?
Yeah, there is.
What?
Yeah, he made an arm retrieval animated.
Oh my god!
But yeah, we became like quick friends and all that stuff. And he became like he became like super inspired by like a bunch of the art in Endless War, and he's like now like one of the big art boys in
that's
Endless
incredible.
War. Cool. And that's like Shadok is like one of my favorite guys in there because like you know, if like you're an art boy and you want to go and you want to like find inspiration for stuff, go to Endless War because it's just like a random city of like gang violence and all that stuff, but it's like weird colors and like weird esoteric like it's a text-based game. There aren't any visuals to it, so everything's up to interpretation. And so it's an always ever-changing like game and formula
visual
and all of these
aesthetic.
And so this whole like we have like a booru, and there's like over like 3,000 entries. 10% of them own it being to me because I've been around for so long, and like, you know, everyone just like makes art because it's just like it is like very like visually inspiring and like has a cool aesthetic, and like even the whole game like runs on like headcanons and like, oh yeah, like what, like, you know, the whole thing that I said earlier about like, oh yeah, like what if when you do commands, like it gets like stamped onto like the actual walls and stuff, and like graffiti is made and all that stuff. And
it's
like
just giving me such cool ideas for a comic. Like, imagine a last shot lingering on a dead body, and right next to it, the words "!kill" fade into the pavement.
Yeah,
it's
like
such a cool idea.
what if like maybe you like want to make a comic about like because the whole thing is like everyone's doing gang violence is like juveniles or like people who just like are living their lives in the city without like doing gang violence and stuff, and like, you know, maybe you want to make a comic about like some detective guy who's like trying to solve murders, about like, oh yeah, who's like the next like big gangster who's like going on a crime spree and all that stuff, and like you're trying to like search for clues, and like you can just like make up stuff, and if people generally like it, then they will accept it.
It becomes part of the story.
In fact, like almost all like commands and like stuff has like all been like community driven, and like everyone's ideas and headcanons and all that stuff. There was a guy called Rfck, and he made his own like comic that had like Pokemon fights, but they were like slime monsters and stuff. And months later, we have Slimoids, and the Slimoids are like we have like basically Pokemon fights with like slime monsters that we can create for ourselves, and like they're an actual in-game thing. And then with like my comic, a bunch of the characters are like now like actual like story like moments and events happening in the game, and like ARGs that are happening, and like there was stuff because like I had made that stuff.
I like how like 20% of this podcast is RCK commercials.
Yeah.
But I
I
enjoy
just really want more people to draw for me, because I can't draw enough anymore. I gotta do other stuff, guys. I need to escape. Help me.
Your
I need to leave.
I mean,
it's always been incredible, man. You pump out drawings so smoothly and quickly. Like, I remember back in the day, just logging into Discord and being like, oh, well, there's 3 new Gabe pieces. Nice.
I'm just not good in keeping up with the stuff that happens in the city. That's why I kind of dropped out after.
Yeah,
like 2
it's
weeks.
like it's a bit of
because everything is so
it's a
fast.
bit of an obsession.
It's a time investment. Yeah,
like you know, it's weird. It's a weird place, and that weird place is like some of my bestest friends that I've ever known in my life.
Yeah.
So.
It's definitely great if you need the inspiration and like don't really have a direction what you want to do with your art. That could be a possibility for you.
Well, I don't want to cut you off, Gabe, but let's move on to the next drawing character person who wants to post their art.
I'll go.
Lemon.
Lemon will go.
Lemon will go. I made 2 things this week. I finished this one watercolor drawing like almost a week ago at this point that I had been working on for a while. It's this I'll post a Twitter link. It's this little watercolor I did inspired by a few of the different things I saw while in Germany during SketchyCon, and it's a little riverside image in which this girl is hanging out on these floating islands interconnected by canals. Ooh. And you can see the city being built in the background, and you can see giant water deposits that pump down water from one of the tall skyscrapers that flows down into the river area of the city.
It's very good.
It's very sick.
And
thank you.
And it feels like you drew this ages ago.
I know, because I did.
I saw, like, on the first day of SketchyCon, which went for a week, you started, like, sketching it out, and, like, in the last day, I think you started, like, adding some shadows.
On the last day, I had finally started the watercolor painting process.
Yeah.
I had just been picking at it every day.
You did it!
Little by little.
Yeah, congratulations.
This is very
I never really
nice.
sat down to finish
watercolor
the
is
whole
like
thing.
watercolor is one of those mediums that like I want to get into, because I used to have like such a phobia of it. Like you know, it's a very messy, and like, you know, it doesn't work with you. You know, I used to be like very like it's not doing the thing that I want it to. Oh no, it's everywhere.
I mean, many people say that about watercolor, but I'm also not very messy with my watercolors. You just don't. You don't have to use that much water.
There's just a lot of things you gotta keep
dry
track of
watercolors,
and stuff, and it's like very like hard to like balance it out. I'm not like that anymore. I'm like very like chaos oriented now with art, where it's like, oh, if I make a mistake, I can just like work around it. It's like problem solving. Everything's problem solving.
I always feel like watercolor is very forgiving.
Yeah,
solve many problems, for sure. And that's why it's my kind of traditional medium of choice, because it's pretty easy to learn actually, or at least it was for me, and it's not like you don't have to you layer your colors from the lightest to the darkest color, and that way you have way more possibilities to correct mistakes if you do that, like in opposite to acrylic colors or oil paints that are worse. Yeah. But basically I use watercolor like oil paints, like in many thin layers. I don't really do a lot of like wet and wet techniques. But yeah. Lemon, don't give up watercolors. It looks
I
cool.
won't. I just went back to digital for a bit now that I'm back home. I wanted to redo my Twitter branding because Lord knows it was just a selfie and an old drawing that I made. So I made this little banner. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. I made this banner.
I believe it's coming.
I don't see yet.
I bet it's coming.
Banner?
Hold on, I keep connecting and disconnecting. It's uploading right now.
And Lemon made this banner.
I made this banner for my Twitter.
Ooh.
Took me a few different ideas to develop, but came up with that.
Fancy.
Colors.
Yeah. I've actually changed the background color in my work in progress drawing because I also made... I'm drawing the profile picture. And I'm drawing a cute little drawing of a character that sort of looks like me. And the background of that drawing has changed. So now instead of being a cyan blue, it's more of a blue-green teal. Because it worked better for a complementary color that I wanted to give to the character. So by next week's SPP...
Do you plan to put your profile picture in
Exactly,
the circle?
yeah. And it's going to connect to the beams that are coming out.
Okay, I'm curious how is that gonna work, because the Twitter layout shifts around depending
It's just
on which
going to work on desktop and not
using,
going to work everywhere else.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But it's still going to look cool.
Nice.
Even if it's like disconnected, you can see that it should be going into the circle anyway. But yeah, I'll post the finished profile picture next week probably. I've already finished the shading for the t-shirt. I've been taking a long time mainly because I've been trying out a few different new techniques. And Seika gave me some really good tips the other day, and it's been really working out. So I'll share when I'm done. And that's about all I did for the past week.
We're looking for... I have to say I really like the structures of these. It almost looks like wool or something. Like
it's supposed to be canvas, like a painted on.
Oh, canvas.
It's basically like cut out pieces
sense.
that have been pasted one on top of another. That's why I gave them a little bit of a drop shadow. They're supposed to be a bit of a 3D effect, like one thing on top of the other. Yeah.
I mean, when I see these two pictures you posted next to each other, they clearly have like their own cool aesthetic. That's very you. It fits.
Thank you.
Very poppy.
I am poppy.
It's so bright and vibrant, like lemon.
You need to get more poppy in your watercolors.
How?
I feel.
Well, if you go to this text-based MMORPG playable entirely within your Discord, you can find all the colors.
Called RFCK.
Okay,
Sponsorship.
I literally I know about it. I've been there.
Well, I mean, listen, you could, give that backdrop a weird yellow, make those buildings purple and green, and then make those buildings purple and pink and purple and purple and...
If you go watch SPP episode 4 or 5, there's literally a slime times in there. Go do it.
Good.
Okay, Lemon. In all seriousness, I have the same watercolors. Do you see that red orange like in the top of the watercolor?
I do.
If you take like just a little wet brush, just a little wet, and just go in there without dropping a lot of water in it, you will get that exact tone of orange, a real poppy, strong orange. And if you shade the edges of the pans with that, it will come out very nicely and very bright and poppy. I just think you should use more like darker, more thicker watercolors sometimes to get a more to get an aesthetic that's closer to your digital.
I mean,
stuff.
honestly, I still don't know what I'm doing with the watercolors, so yeah, I'll try diluting them even less.
Just try out like on a piece of paper to just use the thickest version of a watercolor you get and see how thin you can get it.
The problem is that I always want to mix the colors because the colors aren't exactly the ones that I want, and I'm very picky about colors. So because I always end up mixing them, they always end up very watery because I'm mixing them together. And I still have to figure out how to properly mix the colors without having them turn out this watery.
Yeah. If you're so picky, it would also be a good option to just get a bigger color box at some point.
But that's expensive. I don't want to use more money on watercolors right now. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
I mean, it's enough.
There's got to be a technique to it. I'll just figure it out.
Yeah. Noodle, you wanted to go next.
Okay, sure. I'll go next. So yeah, Rfck is pretty cool, guys. I have no idea what's going on.
I love you, Noodle.
Typical casual.
You may see a bit of a theme going on with the last couple things that I've been drawing.
They're all amazing. Is that the theme?
No, it's something.
They're all bad?
No, not those. I wanted the other ones. I wanted the other ones, Noodle.
Now we're talking Noodle. Now we're on the same wavelength right now.
Hell yeah, brother. So this week, it's weird because it does feel like an eternity that I drew this as well. But this week we collectively, as a team, came together and aligned our chakras and found out and discovered Nevermilk, and I'm very happy about it. There's if you look on Twitter, it's all over the place. You can't turn your head without
Twitter.
seeing it.
It's trending.
Hold on, let me going noodlebomb.com.
Spilled everywhere.
Yeah, check out noodlebomb.net.co. What'd you say,
think
Asha?
there are like 8 or 9
She
drawings.
spilled
of her.
everywhere.
It's spilled everywhere.
Just
Asha,
like,
no.
just like,
That's awful. But yeah, so we that's my Nevermilk. That's my contribution to the cause. And then Tuesday, I was doing the lay stream, or actually I did Monday and Tuesday, and I came up with a couple characters, and they're gonna be in a funny haha comic.
this
for later.
is so good.
Yay! Colors.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah,
Colors.
I was.
Small.
I don't know if I'm gonna continue.
Put some
I don't know if I'm gonna
verb
continue
on your
streaming it on
attitude.
Twitch.
Sorry.
Some who on your boo?
Sorry. Just a dumb joke. Continue.
But yeah, check out my stream. This is my shell. Okay. And last night I was hanging out with shout out to 2 Sips of Bleach, and we were just for whatever reason just drawing stuff of each other's characters.
Noodle, I gotta give
this?
you.
I thought 2 Sips drew this.
I gotta give you
What?
these claps.
It looks exactly like his stuff.
These are beautiful. They're classy. They're tasteful. I'm giving you a Mamma Mia.
That's what they're doing. They're making those noises that you just made, but not in this panel.
God.
But other than that,
where's
these
the
are,
next
like,
panel,
the
Noodle?
But hashtag everyone yell at 2 Sips. Tell him to make a comic already. His characters are great. But also, I think I might need to start taking a break because my wrist is killing me.
Really?
And I've been having.
But
Yeah,
you've been
I've been
improving
going
so
nonstop.
much recently.
I have at the
His
cost
wrist
of
is
my
killing
wrist.
him. That's yeah.
Just draw with your feet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it too. Stop
Just
the
draw
who?
with your feet.
You're right. I was trying to do the left-handed thing, but it's more funny than it is productive. But only 2 posts. Say what? You guys hashtag shut up.
You didn't even post my favorite thing you made.
What did I make? I don't remember. This week has been a blur.
Marker drawing in red and blue. That was my favorite thing you made.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I accidentally recreated the what is the Tide Pod challenge?
Yeah, you can also show that next week, Noodle.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What?
JK, everybody.
I'm just fighting for Graf's life.
Well,
Right now.
Lemon brought it up. I'm gonna pop it down here. Check it out. Haha, isn't it cool?
I'm on
No one
Team
can see
Noodle
it.
right now. Kill Graph.
No,
All
I
editors
love
must
Graph.
die.
Graph is my good friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just absolutely love this so much. Right? It's so good. It's unbelievable.
Shout out to Hellperp for making me at Tide. Thank you. So,
God, I love this.
but yeah,
I know.
as
I feel like we have similar
of now-
tastes at some points, Gabriel. I don't know why. I keep
at some
saying
point, I
Gabriel.
think I'm gonna go ahead and like stop drawing for like an eternity because I'm like I actually hit a wall this week. I'm just so freaking tired, like mentally and physically. Even today sucked because I came here late. Luckily, I barely got here in time, but I like work was like working my wrists again because I was like having to
no.
lift pipe and stuff. So I'm just like, man, maybe it's a sign from Jeebus above to stop and slow down. So I think I may or may not go on hiatus. That's good news, right?
I wish you
I'm
luck
sure the audience wants to hear
on
that.
healing up. But also,
Yeah.
I've just been loving your output lately, and I hope you get back to it at some point.
Thanks. I will still be streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays, but the other days
I
when I'm
don't go
like
to your streams
feverishly
because they happen
trying
at
to
2
draw.
a.m.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm trying to feverishly draw. I'm gonna stop
I'll
doing
be
that.
there.
I'm just gonna like have the mandatory times when I draw.
Yeah.
So yeah. So lesson learned, kiddos. Take breaks, I guess.
And
Never stop that grind.
NeverPaint.
Always
Asha.
keep going. You gotta push on like your favorite shonen character.
That's what I did. Now my wrist hurts.
Well,
Yeah.
too bad. That means
Oh,
that
no.
means you're weak. You're not Kirito. You can't be Kirito. Sorry, Noodle. You're gonna have to.
How is Kirito
No!
a shonen
I
protagonist?
guess I'll see you at the finish line.
what am I
kiddo.
gonna do? What am I gonna do with this cloak? What am I gonna do with these swords?
You're gonna give them to me.
You can't dual wield now. Your wrists are.
You can't even carry the swords anymore. Your hands
he can,
are falling off.
He can only wield
hands
one
are
sword.
gone.
He has lost the dual wield.
We.
No.
I mean, you can
Sad.
wield 2 swords in one hand, right?
Yeah, or you
Yeah.
can just put one in your mouth.
Just hold
Yes,
one in your
Asha.
Yeah,
mouth.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking, you know what? You're right. Let's. I'm gonna start drawing
Yeah.
right now. Let's go. Here we go, guys.
Oh.
Drawing with one off. Asha, you should share your art.
Yeah.
There she
Oh,
is.
it's love.
I did nothing because
Hey.
I've mostly had art block for a
Oh.
week, and I've just been having bad luck. Like my roof fell down.
Right.
Oh,
That's
no.
Then I fell down the next day.
Oh.
I tripped up walking to work,
Oh
and I
no.
scraped my arm. I had a bad
Oh.
week,
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
but now, yeah, I drew Love from Never
Yeah.
Forest from my favorite artist. Yeah.
She's super cute.
Because you wanted to give her a shortcut because you hate drawing long hair.
Yeah. It's not that I hate it, I just realized that in a webcomic it's really annoying to get it flowing.
I find drawing long hair fun.
Yeah, you know what? Your fan art of Never Forest you made like a few months ago. Love has the best hair imaginable, and I want to draw it like that, but I can't. I tried it. Can I just commission you to draw exclusively the hair? in
That
my
would be
comic?
hilarious.
Sure.
Just like
It just suddenly
Pink hair.
looks like Asha. It just suddenly has colored outlines.
Just
He just looks like you. Like Love just has the little thingy. What's it called?
I want to draw a love
Yeah.
one shot,
That'd
but
be
you have to
cool.
write it.
Yeah. Oh
Dude.
no! God damn it.
Yes.
Never
I did.
Forest. That's
Yes.
it.
Never Forest. That's we all have to draw a Never Forest.
Please.
That's actually
Yeah.
a perfect idea,
Oh,
and I'm gonna
a
write it down.
branch. That's what we
Yeah.
could call them.
A branch. Oh, already made twigs.
Never
Can
branch.
we? Can
Oh,
we
no.
branches
Can we branch
and twigs and leaves? You can leaves
Yeah.
and roots. Roots are like the ancient origin.
That would be the
stories.
lore dump books. That would be like the Silmarillion of Never Forest.
Silmarillion is not a lore dump book, but okay.
Okay.
It's the main story.
Okay. Okay, the other thing I did was realize that I'm horrible at marketing because NeverPaint keeps shaming me, and I'm gonna try to get good at that. And the first thing I did was make a list of things I should do. So that's all I've done.
Yeah.
Other
It's
than
a
my
good
usual daily
first step.
doodles, but they're dumb. Who cares?
You still draw daily.
I didn't enjoy your little
Yeah.
comic thing. Yeah, that's just normal for Asha. He always draws daily.
I know.
It's nothing.
You
to me.
don't have to
It
mention.
blows my mind, and I just need to up my productivity levels so much.
You should.
You'll be
Oh.
broken like me.
You don't seem broken. Anyway.
I am. I was sick. I was just nauseous at the beginning of the podcast
Nasha AM.
for no reason.
Yeah, I know, it's flying by. We're already
gosh.
at 2 hours and 20 billion minutes. This train just keeps
Well-
on chugging.
Who cares? Because it's my.
One more
This is my
person.
turn. I drew
Yeah.
a thing. I drew multiple things, but I'm only gonna post one because I love you, Graph. You don't have to work so much, please. I drew,
Yeah!
because we
yeah.
recorded a Steven Universe podcast
Oh
yesterday.
wait, that. I'm sorry. Sorry, but I did draw a Gemsona this week because I had to draw it for this thing. But you colored it.
Wait, what?
What?
My Gemsona.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to make it up the same
Insight.
day.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk about.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So we recorded the Steven Universe thing that you have already seen on our channel probably, because you are a cool guy who watches all our videos. And the idea was just to have like our Gemsonas all together on a beach and sitting there and chilling and
Argem
talking.
Sonus and Greph Universe.
And Graph Universe because he wanted to stay human.
It's, the
So we
graph,
have,
the graph is so perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have like from left, right, Lemon, me, Graph, and Asha's Sonas, and that was really fun because I got to draw a bunch of kooky characters, and also I tried at least to a little emulate the Steven Universe background style.
The only good thing in Steven
and
Universe.
I'm
Colors.
Come on.
shut up.
Colors.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. This is like vaporwave core. Like the pink.
Yeah.
Everything is pink. It's just all like wavy and calm and all that stuff.
You don't understand, Gabriel. The ideal lifestyle, at least for me, is when everything is pink. Or at least 70%.
And turquoise.
I think you might have eaten too many Tide Pods if you start seeing that. Not gonna lie.
It'll be worth it.
I mean, I messed up the color composition a whole bit because I placed the two blue characters in front of the sea and the pink characters in front of the pink, the pink and yellow, purple van. It would look way better, like if it was the other way
No.
around.
I think this is good. I think this separates the image into two decent chunks instead of having it all with like no focal points and just mixed around. I think this is better.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this drawing soda, and I just kept drawing and drawing and drawing, and I lost a whole day.
You didn't lose the whole day. You made a great drawing during a whole day.
I had a lot of fun because I'm not really used to like digital painting, or like any painting at all, because I never paint. And like without any line art, like in the background. And I had a lot of tries and errors, but it became something eventually.
Yeah.
And that's what my accomplishment for this week.
I really like this one.
I love bismuth. Your bismuth is so
She really
cute.
is the best.
Yeah, okay.
She's small and deadly.
This Bismuth design came from a frustration I had about the show original Bismuth character. Because Bismuth actually always was my favorite mineral. Like, I have a little bismuth stone since I was a child. And it looks so cool, and it's so spiky, and has little corners, and it's a rainbow. And, like, Bismuth in the show is just this, like, giant, hulking, strong woman. With really soft edges, actually, and that doesn't look like bismuth at all.
Shaking my head like bismuth. When is granite gonna finally rise up? Where's my granite gang at?
You can make a difference.
You can make a change.
Oh no! My ears.
Oh, I love Steven Universe.
You can't solve everything by singing a stupid song.
Yeah, but except
That
you
was
do.
that was Gabe. That was Gabe in that scene. He
Wait, I
said
thought you
that.
hated Steven Universe. Why did you watch the movie?
because I wanted to be right, and I literally called everything that was gonna happen in that movie.
Okay.
It was like meh. The only reason that I like it is because internet people worked on it.
Well, if you want to hear some praise about the movie, watch our other video.
Or watch our podcast at all, dummy.
Watch the podcast? No, what?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. No, you're gonna be no. The only way I'm gonna start watching it is if I'm also
Listen
on
to
here
the
again.
podcast.
Vote now on your phones down below. Who you want on again? Me.
All right, guys. NeverPaint.
Knights of
Did
Me.
you do anything else?
No.
Yeah,
Yes, I did, but I
You
don't
don't
want
want
to
to post
it.
love? Short hair love?
No.
Okay.
Oh my god, some of these
No.
granite OCs are actually
I
really
also
cool.
drew a
What the
love,
heck?
but it doesn't matter.
All right.
Asha, one of Asha's better.
I love granite.
okay.
Oh my god.
Well, if that's
Um,
everybody with their
we're
drawings,
done, right?
then we're done. We're done for today, guys.
Wait, really?
Any last words before I
yeah.
murder you for not listening to the podcast, Gabe?
Bruh.
Hashtag sketch with us. Show us your documacaras from the conventions you've been to.
Yeah. Draw your coolest convention experience or your coolest Dakimakura that you bought at one of them.
Have you ever left your house?
You can
Leave a
also
comment
draw
down below
about
what experience
The
that was
last
like.
topic.
Horrible, I'm sure. Worst decision of your life.
You can also listen to the last episode and sketch the topic that was
I keep cutting out.
there. And listen to all the last episodes and have a good time.
I keep cutting out and like missing half of what you guys say. Did we say goodbye yet?
That's not fun.
We sure didn't.
No.
Okay. Well, see you in the next episode, everybody. This was a lovely chat. Gabe, hope to have you again sometime.
Back into
I do love
space I
RFK.
go. Whee!
And yeah, go
Whoa,
back
there
to
he
have
goes.
tea with your horror
Whoa.
terrors. Oh,
Goodbye,
is
Gabe.
that Cthulhu? Is that Cthulhu?
Bye.
Cthulhu's gonna get him, guys. Cthulhu's got. Oh wait, no, he's made out of.
Gummy.
He's made out of gummy there. It's fine.
Bite it. Very carefully.
We can just
Cherry.
eat him. We can just eat his tentacles.